Yo, 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 it's your boy Onte, and welcome to the Alpha Talk podcast, man. I don't know if you guys may know, maybe most of you guys don't know. I tried to record yesterday, but the mic was on mute the whole entire time of me recording. So, today's Sunday, and I'm going to do the recording today. So, welcome to the Alpha Talk episode. This is episode 26. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. This podcast is also sponsored by Alpha Gaming Team. Alpha Gaming Team is my own gaming team that I have of 10 people so far. And we battle out on Call of Duty Warzone. And as of right now, we do tournaments and we just practice real hard just so we can make it to the bigger platforms and get our KD right on the right path. So if you would like to follow and learn more information about my gaming team, you can follow us on Instagram at Alpha Gaming Team _. So for today's episode, I have really two topics, but one of them is really truly important to me. But for the first topic for this episode, it has something to do with our history and like something to do with what happened with just finding out what happened with something to do with our history. So within a couple of days ago on Thursday, I'm not specifically sure the actual date, but on Thursday, they had a very crazy incident happen in Canada. In Canada, there was a lot of news and hype about this certain specific topic. I was just chilling on my phone, minding my business, and then I don't know, something told me to look up something about indigenous children. And I've been having a lot of conversations with people about like certain races or how certain things have happened to certain people in certain races in America. But I didn't know that Canada as well has certain things and certain bad stuff that has damn near almost as worse as America. So within a couple of days ago, maybe like 4 days ago on Thursday last week, um, they basically the government of Canada has found out that there is 215 indigenous children being buried. I mean, that was buried underneath a residential school. Now, for anybody that doesn't know about anything like this, back in the 19th century and the 20th century, back in like the 1980s, 1970s, um, a lot of indigenous children were being kidnapped by the Canadian government, and they were being kidnapped from their families and their tribes, and they were taken to these Canadian residential schools. That's the name that they made for these children to go to. Remind you, these children don't have no parents. They have no legal guardians with them. They've been stripped away from their lives and away from their families. So it just goes to tell you like that right there is so completely fucked up. So basically, these schools were ran by the Canadian government and they were ran by the Catholic school district. So basically, Catholic people were running these schools for these indigenous children. And these indigenous children don't have a clue on what's going on. The youngest children that were there were from the age of 3 all the way up to 6. I mean, you have 3-year-old kids who already are living that crazy lifestyle because they're indigenous children. We know how indigenous children are. They live a crazy life. I mean, Indians and all that, they have had very crazy past life and dealt with a lot of stuff. So you have these 3-year-olds and 6-year-old kids who don't have a clue as to what's going on or why they're being kidnapped or what they're learning. So what they have found in Canadian that over the past 150 years, over 150,000 children have attended these residential schools all across all across Canada. That there's more than one school, and I honestly think that there's more schools that are still like up and that haven't been destroyed or anything like that have still have like indigenous children attending these schools, and no one knows or are paying attention about this. So basically, over 150 years ago, there was 150,000 children from all across Canadian being stolen from families, and basically majority of these kids have suffered from physical abuse or sexual abuse or all types of stuff. A lot of these children have to deal with not learning their own language or being able to speak their own language. They were taught that they had to speak something other than their own language. So these Canadian people and these Catholic school teachers, aka I'm assuming they would be nuns. These nuns are beating these kids, physically beating up these kids, sexually abusing these young ass kids, sexually abusing the kids, man. And I don't know, this topic kind of really touched me in my heart because there's been a lot of conversation about races and like race fighting. You know what happened at the Capitol. You know what happened with the BLM, George Floyd, and like it comes to my conclusion that like we've been dealing with race and the difference between people and the way that they look at different people for the centuries before we even were even thought of. So it's like it brings me back to the conclusion about how a lot of people like to talk about aliens and talk about like certain things like that. But like, I believe in aliens a lot. I 100% believe that there is some form or way of aliens or some type of way of a spacecraft being built or somehow or a way. But it also makes me think like maybe it isn't aliens. You know what I mean? Maybe it's an AI controlling our whole entire world, and maybe me and you could be AIs. We could be robots and don't even truly know about it. Or it could be our future self as human beings attacking ourselves because we don't know what's going on. So I just think, man, God keeps giving us these opportunities to keep trying life over and over again, but we keep doing the same thing, going down the same path each and every century. And it's just crazy because every single race have been through traumatic some traumatic change in their history or traumatic change in their generation. And white people as well. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, white people, this and that, they took. Yes, white people have done a lot of stuff to a lot of races, but as well, white people have been through a lot of shit as well. Like the Europeans, like a lot of people have been through a lot of shit. But basically, to talk more about this story, there was 215 kids that have been found in the ground. They found their bodies and they found missing pieces of their body being spread throughout the whole entire residential school campus. Like, it is completely crazy, man. If you go on Google, or I really don't use Google, so if you use Google, shout out to you. But I use DuckDuckGo. If you go on DuckDuckGo and just type in indigenous children, and you'll see this whole entire thing that's been going on with this stuff. So, and they're saying that there could be more kids found at these other industries. Under schools and all that stuff. So, basically, these this type of school is mandatory for these kids to go to. There was no way out of it. There was nothing for these kids to do. They had no other choice but to go to this school and to deal with these situations. Their families don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on. Like, it's just completely crazy that this has happened. And they made it mandatory for these kids to go to, and they made it mandatory for these kids to get. They also would shoot them up like how you would go to school or college and you had to get your magistus, whatever, your shot for you to go to school. You need your shot to go to school. So they were basically shooting these kids up with different type of medicines and stuff, basically like an experiment, baby, to make it seem like they don't know what's truly going on. But really, what you call this a cultural genocide. These people were basically trying to strip these kids and this whole entire race away from their stripped them away from their life, stripped them away from their culture, stripped them away from their land, their freedom, and all that stuff. The whole entire plan was for them to do a systematic government change and basically make indigenous people be distinct. Now, I was basically doing some more research a couple months ago, and if you look up all the races in America, or really just in the whole entire world, you can see who is the less race on this earth. Indians or indigenous people, I'm sorry, are less likely to be alive right now. There are a small percentage of them still here. So it's like, Jesus, like they almost completely wiped out a whole entire culture that no one talks about. And majority of the land that we live on, like Texas or Oklahoma's for one for sure, like their land has been stolen from them, and there's everybody just lives on there freely. We gotta pay taxes and all that stuff like that. Like, it just blows my mind, man, on how much crazy stuff America and other countries have been through, such as war and all this stuff. And America, and I mean the world is a nasty world, man. This is a world where you have to have a tough titty to basically live this life. Like life is hard, dog. And so this whole thing is like there's going to be people, there's going to be races that don't like you. There's going to be races and stuff that probably want to kidnap you and do all types of stuff to you. That is how it is, and it sucks that it is like that. I mean, it's our job as a generation to try to change this stuff. But I mean, like, there is a lot of people who don't want change. There's a lot of people who just want to keep doing the same stuff, are being hateful, or being racist, or doing all this stuff to other people, but don't truly understand. They don't truly understand. If we come as a team, as in one, if I was to go next door to my neighbor, because look, we live next door to people. We live in these neighborhoods with people, but don't truly know who they are. I can live next door to a rapist. I can live next door to a murderer. I can live next door to someone who stalks on me every day, but I don't even know it. I don't know it. And it just goes to show you, man, we live around creepy people. We live right up the street from child predators. Like, I just feel like if people would just hold their negative thoughts to themselves and we come together as a team, as one big ass family, because like what at the end of the day, what is it that we all need in life? We need happiness. We need happiness and we need love and we need family. I mean, you can include friends, but really family is more important than love, and happiness is more important. So if we can get everybody to be teamed up and stop hating, if we can just figure out a way to get everybody teamed up, everybody be on the same page. Literally, that has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with the Democrat or Republican. It has nothing to do with that. Because at the end of the day, we're all one. We all live in this United States together. We all have to deal with each other every day. So why can't we get it right? If I have to see you being a different color from me every day I walk out this door, wouldn't you think me and you want to try to figure out what's going on with each other, or why we look different, or how can we make our race be closer to each other? But we've been dealing with this for so long now that every single race has been touched or molested or violated. We feel like we have to do certain things in order to get what we want. Same thing with black folks. Black people feel we've been treated like shit for these past decades. Over the years, we feel like we have no choice but to act a certain way. You can't be mad about it. We cannot be mad about it. We've been dealing with it for so long. Same thing with indigenous children. Same thing with the Chinese. Same thing with every single body. So whenever people can figure out how to stop doing crazy stuff like finding 215 dead bodies of children underneath a school from decades ago, that's probably more than likely still happening to this year. I mean, till we live now. Once we figure out how to fix shit like this, the world would be a-okay. But for now, we're just gonna keep dealing with evil, keep dealing with murder, rape, all that stuff. Once we figure it out, we'll be good. But you know what I'm saying? God don't like evil. So people want things to be better, but how can we make our world better if we're all being negative to each other? I want to promote happiness throughout my podcast, and I'm pretty sure whoever's watching this will love to promote happiness throughout their life and to other people. It's the best way to go. Happiness is key. Like I was saying on my last podcast, people always want to chase money. People want to chase money. People want to do all this stuff. Like, it's okay to be about your bag. It's okay to go get after that bag. It's okay to be about your bread every single day. But it gets to a point to where it's like, how far are you going to go chase that money? How far are you going to run to go get that bag? Because it's like, the more and more you chase money, where does money lead? It leads to nothing. You're basically always chasing money. There's no type of like settlement or nothing. You will forever in your life be chasing money to live your life. You will forever be chasing money. So I tell people, now I'm understanding this myself. I understand now, like, it isn't always about money. Yes, you got to pay bills, take care of your family, go out, have fun, and blah, blah, blah. But your happiness and your inner feeling is more important than a fucking piece of paper. And people don't understand that. People will let money, culture, politics, everything control their life instead of figuring out what the hell is wrong with them and the inside of them. And I just, want to talk about this certain situation with these kids because this is a very sensitive topic, and they said that they're going to do more research about what's going on with these kids, and how or what been going on. And what's crazy is this happened back in the 1900s. I mean, the 1800s. And in 2015, they had found out that there's 150,000 kids that went to all these schools, and about and about like 6,000 kids have passed away within the time range of all these kids being at these schools. 6,000, maybe even more, that probably wasn't even documented. In the schools, the school that they found these kids in didn't even document the shit when they passed away. They didn't say anything about it. The only way that these folks found them is because they said they had some type of technology, like how you see those people trying to find metal in the sand. Well, it was, I guess, a hybrid. I mean, a high upgrade from that, and that's what they used to find out what was going on. So I just wanted people to know, man, about this specific subject, because there's been a lot of crazy stuff that has happened to indigenous children and just in children in general. And this right here kind of touched me in a sensitive spot. So we need more people to be more people promoting happiness instead of people promoting like bullshit. Or if you go to certain podcasts, dog, they don't talk about the real shit. They like to sugarcoat certain stuff and not tell you how it is. And I'm here to tell you that I will always keep it real with you guys and always tell you guys the realest shit that needs to be heard. So if you want to look up this topic about the indigenous children, just go on Google or DuckDuckGo, type in indigenous children, and you'll see the whole little gifs of it and about what's going on. And it's pretty messed up, and it's fucked up on how our government tries to do a systematic change, and they try to change the way we do our education and the way that we live our life on a day-to-day life. And it's certain things in life that you got to pay attention to. It's certain things that the government, it's certain things that a normal person will want to do to fuck up your life, and it's up to you to try to figure out your path and your way to get your life the way that you want it, man. It's all up to you and the way that you want it, man. As long as you're dreaming about it, writing it down, and actually taking forward action into changing your life, then I promise you, man, things are going to go the way, man. Like, I mean, obviously it's tough. Shit like this is tough. It's tough to deal with a crazy world that we live in, because you have stuff like this that's happening, or you have a government that doesn't want to see you succeed and they want you just to be a slave for money. It's hard, but I mean, as humans, we're very bright humans. We're super, super intelligent humans. If God himself can figure it out, everybody else on this earth can figure it out. So if you're listening to this, man, I'm sure and willing and knowing that you will figure it out just like how everybody else. So that's pretty much it about that specific topic. So I mean, I want to jump in another quick topic that I've been learning since I've been here in Austin, and I think it will help you guys out, or men or women or anybody out there that's very big on learning how to control their comfort zone or being in uncomfortable situations whenever they get into a conversation with a girl, or trying to talk to somebody through text, or just trying to talk to somebody in general, or just trying to learn something new in general. So one thing I'm going to say as a disclaimer is, if you can take it how you want. If the shoe fits, then the shoe fits. But my thing is, you gotta stop being a fucking bitch and man up and handle your shit. It doesn't matter if the situation is gonna be uncomfortable or not. You have to man up and stop being a bitch and handle your fucking shit. A lot of people will like to avoid situations. Like me, I will avoid the shit till the last minute, till the last day something is due. If I have a paper that's due or something like that, I will wait till the last day to do that shit. Procrastination leads to being in uncomfortable situations. If you know you need to go, if you know there's a girl at your job that you want to talk to, or if you know there's a girl that you just matched with on Tinder or Facebook dating or whatever it is, if you are trying your best to talk to that girl, or if there's something that you want to do in business, you can't be scared about that shit, dog. You have to do that shit, because if you don't do it, then what's gonna happen? I'm very big on being passed up. I don't want to be passed up by my peers or my friends, dog. I'm trying to work harder for that shit. So you have to be in uncomfortable situations to get the fucking bag, or to succeed, to be the way that you want to be. It is what it is. It's part of life. You have to maneuver and change up the way that you move to get what you want. It's as simple as that. And a lot of people don't want to change their daily habits or change the way that they think, because people are comfortable. People are comfortable. Like I said, people are comfortable. People don't want to be uncomfortable. That's why I decided to leave Dallas. I was comfortable as fucking Dallas. I was super comfortable. Every day I would wake up, I'd be like, damn, I don't got to worry about nothing. I'm chilling. I'm comfortable, man. Hey, shout out to Colton Bolton. Shout out to my boy Colton for joining the podcast live, man. I appreciate you for joining in, bro. If anybody's watching on YouTube or Facebook and you need some car cleaning, hit up my boy Colton for Rubber Dub Detailing, bro, on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever it is, and he'll take care of your car for you and do the whole 9 yards. But back what I was saying was, a lot of people are uncomfortable. When I was in Dallas, I was super, super fucking comfortable. Like, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to go to work because of how comfortable I was. So I decided it was time for me to man up and move around and go somewhere else and be uncomfortable. Get the feeling of being uncomfortable and get the feeling of being worried about what's the next move or what that person's doing, what that person's doing. What Austin has taught me is Austin's a very active city. There's no sitting down. There's no doing this and that. It's like you got to handle your business or Austin's going to suck you up and throw you back on the street. So it's like you got to put yourself in situations where it's going to make you work hard as hell. You have to work hard as hell for anything anyway. And a lot of people are understanding that, and they're understanding it very slow. So shout out to the people that's understanding it very, very slow. But if you're out there and you're uncomfortable, but it makes you happy, like there could be situations where you could be uncomfortable, but like you're smiling at the end of the day. Like, and you're probably thinking like, oh shit, why am I talking to this fine ass girl? Or why am I having a business meeting with a top CEO or someone I've always wanted to be in my business? But I'm smiling. It's because, bro, you're unleashing the fucking best human being of yourself. You're unleashing levels that you never thought in your fucking life that you would fucking unleash. And that feels good. It feels good to be uncomfortable, and it feels good to handle your situations in your own way. A lot of people would tell you that, oh, well, maybe you should just stay in the house, or maybe you shouldn't talk to this girl, or you shouldn't fucking wear this, or you shouldn't wear that, or you shouldn't do your business like that. No, fuck you. I'm going to be uncomfortable and be happy. And so that way, by the time 5 years, 4 years from now, I know how to handle this situation and not be nervous. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with it. You have to build certain ways to get comfortable. Like, it is what it is. It's part of life, and I'm here to tell you that it's if I can do it, then you can do it. I make this. I think I talked about this yesterday. For the people out there that wants to actually get better with their uncomfortable stuff, this is what I do, and this is what I've been doing. So I suggest everybody go get themselves a nice little notepad, get yourself a nice pen, and every week, or if you want to do it every week or every day, it's all up to you. I do it every week. I try to do every week or every day. I'll try my best to get my notepad and write down certain things that I want to do that has made me uncomfortable throughout the week. So if I want to go learn something new on how to edit a video or how to edit my podcast or how to do this and that, and I know it makes me uncomfortable, I try my best to man up and do what I got to do to knock that off the list for that week. Or if you want to invite somebody to your business, or if you want to make new posts, or if you want to go downtown, take pictures for your business, or find somebody that has a nice car and take pictures of it. Whatever it is that you got to do, the time is now to do it now. There's no more procrastinating no more. We're about to be in summertime. We're already in the year of 2021. Most of the people that listen to this are 25 or 26. Like, we're getting there. We're getting old. So it's time to get to the bag and get to being uncomfortable and feeling comfortable. I mean, not feeling comfortable, feeling satisfied about your business or whatever it is that you got to do. So my thing for you is to go get a notepad, write down every single day or every week certain things that you want to try new, or certain things that you want to go learn, or certain things that you just want to dip your creativity in. Or if there's somebody that you want to hit up to come meet you, do it. Like, just don't be scared, dog. Like, I've always been told that asking questions, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. There's nothing wrong with trying to get an opinion on something. There's nothing wrong with anything. Like, and if it doesn't go your way and it goes terrible, cool. Now you know I shouldn't move that way. Now you know I can't go about it that way. Now you know I can't talk to that person a certain way. Because it's all this is life. We're all learning. We're all fucking learning. There isn't no get rich quick scheme. It's about learning right information and providing it to the right people that want to hear the right information. So I'm out here sweating because I'm out here speaking true facts, but I just, man, it this bothers me so much because as I'm getting older and as I'm developing my companies, I notice myself being in very uncomfortable situations just by even talking to somebody in person. Or like I was saying yesterday, because of people who just not joining, did this podcast yesterday, but it was muted. But since I've been in Austin, there's been a lot of people who just come up to me as I'm walking on the street, minding my business, don't even have a clue as to who this person is. They come up to me and be like, hey, how are you, sir? Or hey, how are you? And it's kind of, to me, it's just like, whoa, you see me? You notice me? I'm not just a ghost out here. And that makes me feel good. It makes me very, very uncomfortable, but I'm happy. It makes me want to go talk to more people. It makes me want to go step out my apartment and not want to sit in this motherfucker all day and finger fuck my phone or whatever it is like that. So I suggest everybody to do this. If you're uncomfortable and you want to up your level on being comfortable, do that, man. Get a notepad and just write, man. If you just want to write in general, do it. Read a book or whatever it is. Like, study your craft and make sure your craft is enjoyable. If you love what you do, then you should always want to elevate yourself. You should always want to learn how to make your shit better. Whatever it is, learn. Do it every day. If you have a day-to-day job, a 9 to 5 job, you gotta risk yourself. You gotta take that sacrifice, dog, and do what you gotta do. If you have to stay up late to make business cards, or if you gotta stay up late to do a conference call, you gotta do it. Who else is gonna do it for you but yourself? Nobody. You're the only person that can do that shit. Only person. And if I can do it, everybody can do it. So I appreciate everybody for always supporting your boy, and I appreciate everybody that's always been supporting me. So I'm gonna have a couple guests on coming up on here pretty soon. I'm just trying to get everything situated and everything going. So back to what I was saying about the uncomfortable situation. There's one thing I have to say is there's another way that you can track your uncomfortable situations. Is there's a little sticky notes that you have. I know you can see back there over there it is. Over there you can see my whiteboard. Obviously I don't have it on there now because I just figured all this out. You can get yourself sticky notes, and let's say you go to the bathroom to brush your teeth in the morning. You can leave a sticky note on the window or on the mirror that says something that you have to do as soon as you walk out the door. If it's something that you want to do, put that sticky note by the damn front door or by the microwave or something right by the front door. So as soon as you walk out the door, you know, like, okay, I gotta go talk to this person. I gotta talk to 5 people today. I gotta talk to 10 people today. I gotta hit up 10 people today about my business. I gotta hit up 20 people about my business. It's just that simple. Give yourself, start off small and then work your way up. It's not that. It's just that simple. If I gotta go to Walmart and promote myself, I'm gonna do it. And now I'm noticing myself that I gotta start posting more on Instagram and actually start posting pictures of myself on Instagram, because that plays in a lot of entrepreneurness and actually staying consistent on your social media. So I'm working on it. You should work on it and do it, man. Do it. I think everybody's capable of doing it. It's just all up to you. And getting out of your laziness and getting out of your daily habit norm, man. If you are watching and you want to learn more about your daily habits and how to fix it up, go watch it on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, make sure you subscribe. And yeah, this is a very sensitive topic for me, and the first topic and the second topic. So I just want people to elevate themselves and stop bullshitting with their lives, because, like I said, I've been bullshitting. So, like I said, this is a self improvement podcast. This is a we don't give a fuck podcast. We talk about whatever the hell we want in here. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is going to be a 30-minute podcast. It's not going to be that long because how the setup is and stuff like that. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you're on Facebook, thank you for commenting. Make sure you like. And if you want to, make sure you share, please. Sharing helps me out so much. So if you can share, like, and leave a heart or write something down in the comments, I really appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and make sure you share or leave a comment on YouTube. If you want to check out my gaming team, you can hit them up on Instagram at alphagamingteam_. Shout out to Miss Clover over here looking all nice and scrumptious with her cute self. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great night. We're going to be back on the regular schedule next Saturday, 7 to 8. Make sure you're there or you'll be square. It's your boy Onte, and I'm out. Have a blessed night. Peace.